I'm Nick Cooper, and this is the Charger Report for December 12, 2014. Now time for some world news action. Our first story for today is a natural disaster that hit the Philippines last Monday. A typhoon weakened into a tropical storm after leaving at least 21 people dead and forcing more than 1 million people into shelters. But it spared most of the central Philippine region, still reeling from last year's monster typhoon that left thousands dead. The next topic is the U.S. and NATO closed their combat command in Afghanistan on Monday, more than 13 years after invading the country in the wake of the September 11th terror attack to target al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden. U.S. General John F. Campbell, commander of NATO and U.S. forces, said foreign troops will now focus on training and supporting local Afghan forces, which have led the fight against the Taliban insurgents since mid-2013. Last Wednesday, an Egyptian official says security forces raided a bathhouse and arrested 25 men for homosexuality. The forces were dragging them naked out of a building in downtown Cairo. Egyptian law does not prohibit consensual same-sex relations, but persecutes and imprisons gay men on charges such debauchery and shameless public acts. The reason this is such a big deal from the area they are from is because same-sex relations is unheard of in the Muslim life, and most people in that country are Muslim. And primary and secondary schools of this Central American capital in Honduras, hallway is not just another word for corridor, but slang for a gauntlet of gangsters who hit up instructors for money on the way to the classroom. Teachers who don't pay don't teach. Street gangs control the schools in Honduras, not to mention they also have a lot of control over the streets, which causes a lot of violence. And now over to Teeny with the weather.
Hey, it's Teeny with your weather for the weekend. First for your This Day in Weather History, on December 12th in 1962, the high temperature was -3 degrees. Talk about freezing. And now for your Charger Nation forecast. Today will be sunny with a high of 46. Saturday will be mostly sunny with the temperature will go up in 2 degrees with a high of 48. And as for Sunday, the high will be 54 degrees, which would be nice, but it'll be mainly cloudy. Have a good weekend, Charger Nation. I don't know about everybody else, but I'll be dreaming of a white Christmas.
Thanks, Teeny, for the weather. And now let's go over to some school news. And for our first story in school news, we have Aaron Troutman off to Africa here soon for a full-time missionary trip. Midterm schedule is out, and on Wednesday, December 17th, in your 3rd and 6th period, you will be taking your midterm exams. December 18th, you will be taking your 2nd and 5th midterms. Then on December 19th, you will have the remaining midterm exams. Then after passing all those, you will be on to your Christmas break. Mr. Chris Mason comes to Bullitt East High School from Boyle County High School. He has taught social studies there for 22 years and has now moved on to bigger and better things at Bullitt East. So everyone, please welcome Mr. Mason to our community. The Christmas house assembly went very well last Friday, where houses competed to who could decorate the best tree, and there was also many other competitions at the assembly also. The assembly was a lot of fun, and every student from Bullitt East that I know of says we should have an assembly like that for every holiday.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living.
The business management pathway is another pathway you can take to graduate besides becoming college ready. In this pathway, the recommended courses are computer applications, business management, and business law. Then to complete the pathway, you must take one of the electives of web page design, advanced computer apps, or financial literacy. With completing those classes, you can then graduate because you are finally career ready. I'm Nick, and this was your Charger Report for December 12, 2014.
I didn't know Satan was spelled Pitcock, hashtag Troy Barr.
I asked Mr. Cinnamon to audition for my jazz band, but he didn't have enough soul.
Say something.
Okay.
Why do I feel like Mr. Bringers knows something dark and sad about the world that nobody else knows?
I don't know what's greasier, cafeteria food or J. Hall's hair.
I'm James Blackman.
I'm Jake Renelli.
I'm Kylie.
I'm Austin.
I'm Rod.
And this is your Red Zone Sports Report.
First up is your next level. Is Teddy Bridgewater a franchise quarterback?
I do believe Teddy Bridgewater is a franchise quarterback because even if he hasn't realized yet, he's already taken over this team and doing big things with them.
I agree with John. I think Teddy Bridgewater is going to be the franchise QB for Minnesota. He's not only shown potential, but he's also shown that he was well worth the pick.
I also agree with him, too. I believe Teddy will be a franchise QB.
I agree with all of them. Even though he's a former Louisville player, he's still a quarterback that's really good.
And now on to the field report.
Oh! Oh, hey, Connor. Gotcha. Hey, you going to the game tonight, buddy?
Yeah, I'll be on the bench.
Well, it's better than some people. I mean, you got to be some sort of tool not to come and support your classmates on game day.
That's true. What can they be doing better?
Not sure. Maybe we should go ask some people.
Let's do it.
I'm here with Zach Allen, Jacob Moore,
Tracy Burke,
Jacob Renelli.
So, were you in the red zone Thursday night?
Yes, I was.
Yes, I was.
Yes, sir, I was. I'm always in the red zone.
So, what do you think we can do to improve?
Well, I think part of it is just it's early in the year and it's different than football. So we've got to get some people together to try to lead the group first of all and start the cheers at the right times. But I think we need a little bit of practice.
I think they performed really well. I actually think they did this year.
All right.
People at the top of the red zone that don't participate as much should be kicked out.
Yes, leave. Don't come to another game if you're not going to say anything.
I think the people at the top that do not cheer should be kicked out, yeah. But I was late getting there, so I was in the top, so you can't kick me out, though. I was cheering.
What do you think the red zone rowdies could do better to perform at the sporting events here at Board East?
I don't know. I kind of like what happened last year with the way they had the Moses costume and whatnot last year. I think we should step it up, though, and get even bigger this year.
Everybody talk and cheer at the same time and do the same cheers at the same time, and it'd be a lot of fun to get everybody involved. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I couldn't agree more, sir. Thank you for your time.
Mm-hmm.
Now on to Game Changer. First up is college football playoffs. Who's going to win?
I believe the Oregon Ducks are going to win the national championship because they have one of the most high-octane offenses in the nation, as well as their Heisman winner, Marcus Mariota.
I'm going to go ahead and hop on the bandwagon here. So, Ohio State, I feel like they're just going to take it home this year.
Got to go Alabama, bringing it back to the SEC.
Definitely got to go with the Oregon. Even though Alabama kind of worries me with their SEC defense and how big they are, Oregon's not really built to handle that.
Next is UK versus U of L. Who will win?
UK will win that matchup simply because they are a lot bigger and stronger, and they have a better ability to crash the boards than U of L does, even though they have bigs like Anuaku and Montrezl Harrell.
I'm going to have to disagree, and I think I'm the only one that's going to disagree on this table. But I feel like U of L is going to come in, and we're going to give UK a run for their money, and hopefully at the end of it, U of L is going to come out with the win.
UK will win by 10, easy. U of L has Montrez, but then who else do they have down low? When we have Dakari, Carl Towns, Marcus Lee, all they have is Montrez. They can't match up.
Kentucky obviously is going to win this game. Just our pure size and the fact that we have 10 players that can play at any point in time of the game. So.
And now on to Chad's Coach's Corner.
I'm here with Coach Armstrong. So what made you decide to become a tennis coach?
Well, I played tennis here, and they were in need of a tennis coach, and I thought it'd be something fun to do, and so far it has been.
All right, and I heard y'all are switching from the 6th region to the 8th region. How do you feel about that?
Well, it'll still be our last region. The 8th region was tough with the Oldham County schools, and but it's going to be a little tougher now because we're in the same region as St. X and Manual, and they're both state powers, and St. X has won the past several state championships. But hopefully after those two teams, we can compete with Mail and DeSales and St. Francis and teams like that.
And what do you expect from this coming up season to happen?
Well, it'll be a lot of learning. We have one returning starter, and Jacob Staples will be his 4th year starting. But we'll have a lot of inexperienced players, a lot of youth, but that's always good for building towards the future.
And without there being like youth programs and youth teams for tennis, how do you develop your players?
Well, whenever we can during the off season, especially in the summer and fall, we try to have hit-arounds and offer lessons during the summer and the fall as well. But it's just not a very popular sport. But trying my best to get it to semi-popular.
And you're also help the kickers on the football team. How do you, or what are the characteristics you think that develop a good kicker?
Just like any other sport, a kid who's got a good head on his shoulders, works hard at it, sticks to his fundamentals, and just works on it constantly, and that's about it.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Next is your Charger Sports News. First is King of the Bluegrass. Who wins?
This is a tough one. There's a lot of good teams this year in the King of Bluegrass, but I'm going to have to go with Bullet East just because we're at Bullet East.
That's what I thought. Bullet East.
I'm going to have to go with Bullet East. Why not?
Go Chargers.
Up next is the cheerleaders. Will they win state?
Oh. Cheerleaders are most definitely going to win state, both all-girl and all are co-ed.
I don't know, Kylie. Are you guys going to win state?
Yeah, the odds are definitely in our favor, and I think we can bring back 2 state championships.
Not only will the cheerleaders bring back 2 state championships, they're also going to win their 2nd ever national title. You heard it here first, folks.
And now on to 5 on Friday.
In honor of bowl season coming up, the Red Zone would like to take the time to look at some of the best bowl game plays of 2013-2014 season.
Number 5. Florida State with the impressive 100-yard return. Number 4. Johnny Manziel with the impressive second effort for a short pass. Number 3. Nebraska with an in-coverage catch for 99 yards. Number 2. Odell Beckham with the impressive one-handed snag on the sideline. Number 1. A one-handed bobble catch by Clemson's Bright for their touchdown with an passing interference call afterwards.
I'm Jordan Holes.
I'm Jacob Brunelli.
I'm Kylie.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Ron.
And this was your Red Zone Sports Report.